শীতে প্যারাশুট স্কিন পিওর বডি লোশন ব্যবহারে পান সফট পেইন বিউটি।
কি এরেন খানাটা না খাইতে লাগিস না ওরে পাশে তাই কি এরেন সামনে কি এরে সারা আব্বা কি স্যার খেলা
এই শীতে প্যারাশুট স্কিন পিওর বডি লোশন ব্যবহার।
For Bosundhara LP Gas strategic timeout just being counted down here. Borishal are in deep trouble.
3-1.
Two new batsmen in the middle. Both of them have not faced the balls. This is Irfan Shukur. Has to come down, and the bowlers with the little gift they have from the bad running has got the tail up. 233 runs fledged in T20 career. Lot of responsibility on these young guys. Excellent bowling by Shamim. Look at this atrocious call from Afif, darting down the wicket. Ball's going straight to Mahmudullah Riyad. Understandably, he's sent back. Shouldn't have gone for that run.
All of a sudden, two new batsmen at the crease. Borishal lost 3 wickets in the last 11 deliveries. Drastic turnaround in the game.
Nice ball. That's ball.
Tries to drive it past that fielder.
Rubel, Yorker Master, Mustafiz, Cutter Master, Taskid Speedster, Ashraful, the Superstar, Imru, the Savior. ওরা তৈরি 5টি দল 24টি খেলা বঙ্গবন্ধু টি20 কাপ 2020 24শে নভেম্বর থেকে 18ই ডিসেম্বর লাইভ এন্ড এক্সক্লুসিভ অনলি অন টি স্পোর্টস।
And then the trouble started. 57 for 1, 58 for 2, 60 for 3. Not looking good. Shubhakata home. 2 wickets in his previous over. Marvellous. You see what confidence does to a bowler. Yes, they've been prepared to give the ball some loop.
Talking about that previous wicket, Afif Hussain just went through. Mahmudullah Riyad did well, putting up a good throw, and Afif Hussain is dejected. There was no run.
I think getting bogged down. Got to do some thinking about the approach in the next 2 or 3 overs. Can't afford to lose another wicket. Can't really risk the big shots. So what do? You just milk the runs. Try to just find out where the gaps are in the field. Try and use the angles. Get the singles and doubles. That is something that's not going to help their cause. Standing your ground and trying to hit it without any real purpose or placement. A little more aware of the scenario. It's offish but safe.
Tamim Iqbal must be disappointed with himself. Yes, he got the start being the most experienced batsman. Fall of wicket. The first wicket on 57 and the next on 58 and the third on 60. All of a sudden you lost 3.
That was close. He's trying to chop that. Not a shot you want to play. This stage of the game, you're not quite sure of the bounce of the wicket. Trying to make room for yourself. A straight back shot. Well, not going to hang about it since he's got his intentions are pretty clear. swings and gets only one run. Just the 4 runs from that 10th over. 64 for 3.
হল বন্ধ, প্রবলেম কোথায়? সিনেমা হল এখন হাতের মুঠোয়।
সিনেমা দেখার বাংলাদেশের নাম্বার 1 অ্যাপ সিনেমেটিক। অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন গুগল প্লে স্টোর থেকে অথবা ভিজিট করুন cinematic.mobi।
হল বন্ধ, প্রবলেম কোথায়? সিনেমা হল এখন হাতের মুঠোয়।
সিনেমা দেখার বাংলাদেশের নাম্বার 1 অ্যাপ সিনেমেটিক। অ্যাপটি ডাউনলোড করুন গুগল প্লে স্টোর থেকে অথবা ভিজিট করুন cinematic.mobi।
Very nicely, 57 without loss in 7.1, and all of a sudden in the space of 7 balls they lost 3 wickets. Last 18, 7 runs and 3 wickets. Pressure on, run rate 11 now, and both these batsmen, especially Irfan Shukur, has not had a good hit in the middle. Hridoy had a few runs in the tournament, but it all started to happen when Tamim lost his cool, because in that particular over, Imon had got out, and then all of a sudden he goes down the wicket, tries to hit it over the top of the fielder at long on, and takes a really easy catch, and that's where the trouble started. And there was a bit of a big mix-up after that when Afif got himself stranded in the middle of the crease when he was run out. Really good pick-up from Mahmudullah. Bakib walking across and having a few words with Alamin Hussain. So very important for both these teams to get some more points for their team. At the moment it looks like that Jemkon Khulna will go on to take 2 more points here, unless one of them, or rather both of them, play a really good innings and get into some sort of partnership. But it's going to be very difficult, Edward, from here on for Fortune Borishal.
Someone's going to have to play an absolute blinder. You looked at Jemkon Khulna when they lost their 3rd wicket, they had amassed 117 runs. So the partnership and the building and the foundation had been laid. Right now, 66 for 3, just gone past the halfway point. There's the intention for 2, but it's not going to be on. And so in the last 10 overs, Jemkon Khulna got 106 runs. And it's all about this. Where do you end up on that table, on that log? Jemkon Khulna, they're mid-table. Fortune Parasal, yes, they're on the points table and sitting in number 4. Just reminder, the top 4 teams go on to the playoffs. But excellent coach.
শীতে প্যারাশুট স্কিন পিওর বডি লোশন ব্যবহারে পান সফট গ্লোয়িং বিউটি।
A single shot to down with 8, putt to down with 8. Points are looking comfortable here, but
এই শীতে প্যারাশুট স্কিন পিওর বডি লোশন ব্যবহারে পান সফট গ্লোয়িং বিউটি।
Are looking comfortable here, but it's then the bottom rest of the 4. The Fortune goes on to lose this one. Jemkon Khulna will go number 2nd. Will have 6 points. Minister Gujarat Shahi have got a few more games to play, but Beksun Kudhaka won the last match, so they'll be feeling a little bit more positive. They would like to continue, and so Fortune Borishal is looking a bit in a difficult position at the moment, but that can change very quickly. Dealing in singles in this over, 6 singles in this over.
Rubel, Yorker Master, Mustafiz, Cutter Master, Taskid Speedster, Ashraful, the Superstar, Imru, the Savior. ওরা তৈরি 5টি দল 24টি খেলা বঙ্গবন্ধু টি20 কাপ 2020 24শে নভেম্বর থেকে 18ই ডিসেম্বর লাইভ এন্ড এক্সক্লুসিভ অনলি অন টি স্পোর্টস।
My GP app, Garmin phone users, my sports app, Robi users, Game On app, Bangla Link users, Fruity app, Vodafone users in Qatar, Vancouver app in India, TV One, Satellite TV in UK and Europe. Right. And just before the start of this innings from Fortune Borussia, I mentioned, I think you were with me, Edward, that those 16 wides could have just turned the game on its head. 16 extra deliveries, 16 runs plus the runs on the 16 extra deliveries make such a huge difference. And if they could have been shown a little bit more discipline, perhaps they could have restricted Jemkan Khulna to a much lesser total.
Yeah, just look at the rift or the gap that's now being created in that equation of 103 required or 53 deliveries. The required rate now is almost 12. The run rate is, the achieved run rate is 6.36, and you look at the worm, it's just sort of falling away, dissipating. Now if that gap gets a little bit larger, puts more strain on the batting side because risks have to be taken. Boundaries need to be found. It goes without say, batters, as much as they concentrate on the field and the way they want to go about their innings, there's always one eye on the scoreboard. There's always one eye on the current run rates and how further they're falling behind. It's interesting, in the last few days, Owen Morgan has come out and supported the idea of signals. Is there anyone in the change room right now that could be giving these two batters a signal of target a specific bowler? Do A, B, C, and D. Are you supportive signals, Ata?
I think they need to be discussed in the dressing room before the players get onto the field, and I think that's not a bad idea at all. If I can just look over my shoulder and just look at the dressing room, looking for something that I would need to do differently, I don't have any problems at all.
So in this particular over, and the idea was that they used two white clipboards, or large ones, that indicate go. So this is the over to go. This is the over. This is the one we've identified as one of the bowlers where we can get 15, 18, 20 runs and then come back into the game. Very, very relaxed, very concentrating about there. But I think I'm in support of it. They do it in American football. They call it a play caller.
Yeah, you got to be innovative, and if you heard what Tamim Iqbal said earlier, just before the start of the tournament, that he wants to think out of the box. There's something out of the box, and I don't have any issues at all that if you have a certain way of passing on the message. You don't forget that you've got two timeouts in an innings, and surely you would have your own plans or your own ways of doing things. But having said that, you need to see what is happening in the middle. Who are you gonna take that risk of asking one of these batsmen to go and attack? You got to be spot on in terms of shot selection. The bowling has been good, fielding has been very good apart from that mishap, but that didn't cost them dearly because Tamim is already back in the hut. It all comes to what these two men in the middle feels, and they need to decide that this is the bowler. They need to pick one bowler where they think that they're going to take them on. Down the leg side for a wide, and you mentioned about the required run rate. It's now catching up at nearly 12 runs in an over. So somebody has to take a gamble. Somebody has to take a chance and see whether he can pick up a couple of boundaries.
And there's one thing taking the game deep, but you take the game deep and the required run rate is almost unachievable. Double digits now, so pressure's on him, and the bowler's bowling with this sort of control. Difficult, very difficult. Just 6 off the over up to this point. There is the delivery to go.
He'll be very happy. Very crucial, very important for Jemton Khulna to get 2 more points and stay a little bit more comfortable, starting to feel comfortable. I thought they batted beautifully. Start was very good, thanks to that knock from Zakir Hassan. Good piece of fielding, really good piece of fielding. 76 for 3.
Rubel, Yorker Master, Mustafiz, Cutter Master, Tusky, Speedster, Ashraful, the Superstar, Imrul, the Savior. ওরা তৈরি 5টি দল 24টি খেলা বঙ্গবন্ধু টি20 কাপ 2020 24শে নভেম্বর থেকে 18ই ডিসেম্বর লাইভ এন্ড এক্সক্লুসিভ
7 of 13. 7 of 13 at this stage of the game, or rather any stage of the game, is not really good. So he needs to move on. Toy Dido has had starts in every match so far. The 4 matches that he has played before this one, 27, 17, 17, 33. So probably he's the one who needs to think about maybe a little bit more aggressive and try to take on the bowlers on strike. Still not looking to play a big shot. We've seen some really